Now let's continue. Let's continue with the ways that we can communicate with toddlers. We have several examples. First, let's look at the picture. Who do you see in the picture? Two toddlers. Right, they're two toddlers. Do they look like they're playing together happily, or are they arguing about something? They don't look too happy. They look like they're disagreeing. They're arguing about something. What are they pulling between them? A doll, right. So there's one doll between the two toddlers, and it looks like they're fighting over the doll. Have you seen this happen with your toddlers? Yes. They don't know how to share very well, right? It's not something they've learned. They try to pull it. So, what we can do is don't let them get angry with each other. You can bring another doll, and you see the adult's hand and say, here's another dolly. Look, here's another dolly. So if we give you two dollies, then each of you can play with one, and you don't need to struggle or fight over one. Is that a good idea?
Yes.
If you have two dolls, that's a good thing to do. Sometimes you don't have two dolls. Then you can give a different toy, right? Maybe you can offer a different toy to the children and say, okay, you can play with the doll first, and you can play with the ball. And then, after some time, you can tell them to switch. Maybe that will make them happier. Now we have an example tip. Number 1, it says, give a child only one simple direction or warning at a time. One direction at a time. One warning at a time. Because little toddlers cannot handle many directions, just one. So, for example, if we say, put on your socks, please. Is that good to say to a toddler? Yes, because it is very simple. There's only one simple direction. If we say, put on your socks and find your shoes, is that something that we should tell a toddler? No, because there are two directions. So this sentence doesn't follow the tip, and usually toddlers don't know how to do two things. Adults can do that, but not toddlers. Now, let's look at example tip 2. If you see a problem coming, redirect the child or offer another activity or toy that will get a child's interest. And that's just like the illustration, just like the picture shows. We have number 1. I can see that you both like the same doll. Look, here's another dolly, Susan. Do you want to play with this one? So this is a good example because the adult offers another activity and redirects the attention of the child from the first doll to the second doll. Again, this is possible only if you have two dolls. Now, how about number 2? Girls, you can't hold the doll right now. Kim had it first, so she gets to play with it now. Sorry, Susan. Is that a good way? No, because the adult doesn't offer another activity. If you say, Kim had it first, so she gets to play with it now, you can offer Susan something else, like here's a ball you can play with for a while, or you can color first. So you offer another activity. Now, we have A, B, C, D, E, F tips and different sentences. So you and your partner will talk about each item and decide if yes or no. Does it follow or not follow the tip? All right, so we have 6 tips. The first one, tip A, give a child only one simple direction or warning at a time. Tip B, if you see a problem coming, redirect the child or offer another activity or toy that will get a child's interest. Tip C, give a child lots of chances to choose between 2 things. For example, do you want to read a book or draw pictures? Tip D, make statements about what a child needs to do. Don't ask. For example, don't say, "Are you ready to put on your jacket now?" Don't say that. Say, "Come, put on your jacket." Tip E, find ways to say yes to a child. For example, instead of saying, "No, you can't have a cookie," you can say, "Yes, you can have a cookie after lunch." Tip F, sometimes a child must wait for your attention. Tell him clearly and specifically when you'll be with him. Say, "I will play with you after I finish putting the groceries away," not in a minute or 2. Say something specific. All right, now it's time for you to talk about these sentences with a partner.